think that should do it. All right. The Olympics is going on, and I don't know how much you care for the Olympics. How much do you care about the Olympics?
I actually pay attention quite seriously. I mean, this is one time that everybody should all come together and put our differences aside because this is a sports showcase of all the tremendous athletes that put in their time, hard work, talent, and I think with all the different events going on, there's a little something for everybody. And I have been paying attention with since like the late '70s. So and I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm not a big on the Olympics, to be honest with you, but I did notice that I didn't watch the game. I just saw the score. United States men's basketball team lost to France. Hey, man, they got Nicholas Batum, Evan Fournier, Rudy Gobert. Man, they got ball players on that squad, man. So
Fournette's three-pointer was the clincher.
Yep. Yeah. So I don't know what the United States will do. I don't even know if they will medal. So we'll find out.
If they can win their last two games, though, make it to the medal round. But from what was played today, they got their work cut out from.
They're going against other NBA players, man. This ain't just the Dream Team in '92. This is a different Olympics that's going on right now. So we shall see. All right. The NFL, we're getting ready to get these training camps started, man. So last week, I ran down some of the odds of some of the teams that we expected that possibly, make a Super Bowl run, but they had long odds. Of course, I went with my Miami Dolphins because I'm a Dolphins fan. Right. I think they can improve, and it's long odds. I think it's 300-1 that the Dolphins will be Super Bowl champions. So we'll see. See how that rolls. But anyway, NFL regular season is getting ready to start. What do you think in regards to any teams right now that just look like a sure thing? If there is ever such a thing in the NFL, is there a sure thing?
No, there's no sure thing. There's no sure thing really in any sport, to be honest with you. But football, it's awfully tough. I mean, it's awfully tough to even repeat as a champion. No matter what sport you are, but football is awfully tough. You got you get bombarded with injuries and whatnot that can hurt your team. It's very hard to do. The Patriots were lucky enough to win back-to-back titles, but that was a different Patriots team right then and there. Now, and of course, a lot of people are thinking, "Oh, the Bucks are going to win as long as Brady and the Gronk are still in there. Oh, they're going to win titles." I don't think so. I mean, they're both aging right now. I don't think they got too much more left in them. They'll be lucky if they win one more title together. I don't know if I have a clear favorite, at this point yet. I mean, they haven't even played preseason yet, but I do see some contenders. I think Buffalo might be still on the move. They made some great progress last year from being in the dumpsters for the past several years, so I think I might see that. I am anxious to see what the Jets are going to do with their new coach and their new quarterback. Unfortunately, had a setback last week when they lost their assistant coach. You might have heard about that, right?
Tell me about it. I haven't heard.
Well, their new assistant coach. He was actually killed in a bicycle accident. He died from his injuries that were sustained. So he died on, I think it was when the injuries on Wednesday, even though the accident happened several days before that. So it's a big loss on the Jets side.
Not good to hear at all.
And he lived in California. He's a home in California, but he was going to fly back to New Jersey to, be the assistant, the offensive assistant coach for the team. But that's just a very sad break to get for the Jets 2 weeks before camp starts.
And your point is what?
Just to bring up the sad moment here, but I'm really hoping that the Jets do, do well with their new lineup because we can use it. Because you can't do much worse than 2-14. If you do, then you really got a sad state for a football team. You really do. I mean, it's bad enough that I want to be like another Detroit Lions, that's for sure, because they're just horrible.
Okay.
Version of that. Yeah. I'm anxious to see what the NFC East is going to do this year, since all our teams last year in that division were pathetic.
You said the NFC East
or the NFC least, as you want to call it.
Yeah, but I don't see any improvement in any of those teams.
Oh wow, still nothing.
No, nothing. I don't see anything. I don't care. I don't care. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the quarterback of Washington, and he was the quarterback for the Dolphins. I don't care. The Giants don't strike me to have anything still, even though Saquon Barkley's coming back. I think that the Daniel Jones kid is, yeah. And then I really don't know what the hype is about Dallas Cowboys, except some of the fact is Jerry Jones makes a lot of noise in regards to the Dallas Cowboys. And that's really about it, man. I'm not excited about the NFC East. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, the teams in the NFC, like the teams I think that could win, I would say Tampa.
I was afraid of that.
I mean, they are the defending Super Bowl champions. To beat the man, you got to beat the man, Lou. So,
yeah, but remember, just because you're defending champions one year does not mean you're going to do the same success the next year.
That's very well true. And in football, injuries matter. Just like we were just talking about injuries in regards to basketball. Yep. Injuries play a huge part in the outcome of football. So if you're not healthy, you can't win. But man, if the Bucs are healthy, they should be the team to beat. Green Bay's got issues with Aaron Rodgers and his saga or whatever the situation is with him.
There are rumors around that he is expected to announce his retirement within the next week. I'll believe that when I see it.
Bye. See you.
You think he's going?
I don't care.
If you had to make a prediction, is he gone or is he staying for one more year?
If he's smart, and I'm basing that if he's smart and he likes money, he plays his last year of his contract out. But if he's so adamant about the fact that he felt he was disrespected for not being consulted in off-season moves, then he walk away, go host Jeopardy. I mean, that's just the evolution of sports.
Right.
As a professional athlete gets older, they try to replace him. I don't know why this is such a different thing with Aaron Rodgers. I get he's coming off an MVP season. Yeah, okay. But this is the next season. You just said we can't say anything depending about the defending champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because things change from year to year. So do performances of players. Aaron Rodgers is an older quarterback. Green Bay should be prepared for when he leaves or when he retires or when his production falls off. So I don't understand, the commentary of all of this concern about Aaron Rodgers and him not being respected or being consulted in off-season moves or potential drafting of players by the Green Bay Packers. Man,
is that consulted or insulted? No,
it should be neither one to me. To be honest with you, I know what his value is to the team, but he's like I said, he's an older player, so it is what it is, man. He should be happy. The Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA title. Wasn't he supporting Milwaukee? Wasn't he in the fans and stuff like that?
Yeah. What's next? The Brewers win the World Series? Well, I don't know about that. But.
I don't know what is their record right now. You know more about baseball than I do.
Yeah, I know. I was just being sarcastic.
Oh, are they good? The Brewers is good. I know they got Christian Yelich.
Yeah, well, Yelich is their star player. But I got some colleagues out in Milwaukee, so and they follow the Bucks. The Brewers very seriously.
Yeah, and then you got the Rams. They made the off-season move for finally giving Matthew Stafford a team. Maybe they make a run. Maybe San Francisco returns. Maybe they can play defense in Seattle. It's if, and maybe in a lot of situations. That could be said about the AFC also. I know Kansas City made moves in the offseason to shore up their offense line because if they don't, that kid will get killed because teams are going to try to copycat what the Bucs did to him in the Super Bowl. Tennessee picked up Julio Jones to play across from A.J. Brown, so they still got that 9-foot monster in the backfield running the ball and Derrick Henry. So,
you gotta watch out for Derrick Henry. He's a monster.
He's a huge dude, man. He's really big, and we'll find out.
Absolutely.
That's all. I mean, that's the thing about the season. It's good to make predictions. It's of course NFL is the king in the United States.
Yes.
It's the number one sport. Number one. It tops everything, and it moves the needle. So
it has for so long.
Yeah, it's number one. People like the violence and the collisions and the fast pace of the game. Now, it's an offensive game. I think all sports are offensive game. Would you agree with that or disagree?
Well, I think maybe basketball is more towards defense. I mean, there have been lower scoring games, so I think they're looking.
Basketball is more towards defense.
I prefer more offense. I'm a more offensive type of guy more than anything else. So, I think of that because if you don't have the offense, the game goes too slow, and you don't want to drag it. But I don't. I mean, you ever see a baseball game that goes like 5.5 hours and then even get to just finish the ninth inning?
I haven't sat down and watched a baseball game this year, though. I have not sat down and watched one baseball game this season.
Well, if you did, I think you get my point, though, right?
I mean, baseball has this thing. It should be a pitcher clock, like a shot clock. It should be a pitcher clock. So he wouldn't stand up there all day and hold the ball and move it around in his glove and all that other foolishness they do.
I like the moves that they made the past couple of years with the runners on second base when you get to extra innings and whatnot. But now they want to go back to the old way of, we're not going to do the 7-inning doubleheaders anymore. We're going to make it, a full official game, 9 innings. We're going to go back to regular extra innings. Like, that's going to drag it, because the thing is, the problem with the extra innings, they think they can just do one swing of the bat, and most of the time, you're just throwing a bunch of dead air anyway. So I was liking the way they had changed the past couple of years, but they want to go back to the old-fashioned way. Well, I'll just say one thing about that. Wait until this game was over. Oh, I'm sorry. We're on the air still. Okay.
Pretty much. That's how baseball is sometimes. I mean, that's how baseball is to me a lot. Until the playoffs. The playoffs excite me. Yes. I follow it loosely during the season, and then when the playoffs start, I get to learn of guys like Randy Rosarina for Tampa Bay last year. That's how I learned of Mookie Betts when he was with Boston. So, you figure it out. You see who the star players are, because stars, they shine when the money is on the line and the lights are the brightest. And that's the playoffs and championship rounds. So, all Super Bowls.
You know how much I hate the Red Sox?
Yeah, you should. You're a Yankees fan.
Oh, yeah, I hate it. Oh, I hate
That's just like how I feel about the Jets, the Knicks, and Notre Dame.
I know.
Yeah, just don't like those things. All right, college football, Lou.
Yeah.
They got the new image. Pay these cats for their image and likeness and things like that. Dabo says he doesn't like it too much. His comment was something along the lines he don't want to see amateur sports become professional.
Right.
What is your thoughts?
It's been controversy since the dinosaur era. I mean, that's what separates college from the pros. The pros make the money and get the endorsements and whatnot. In college, because the one thing you got to remember is the college players are still students, and quote unquote student athletes, but the student part comes first. I mean, you get education, and then work on your football and whatnot after that. The pros, you've already been through that, unless you dropped out, and they're the ones that are, making the money and whatnot. And that's there's plenty of time for that later. The first thing that comes first is you being the student, not worrying about your wanting to be status.
So you agree or disagree with the fact that the kids get paid? I mean, get this image, get paid for that image.
That's not me. I think Sweeney has a point there, but it's been dragging on for so long that I'm not surprised that this happened. I knew they were going to cave in at some point. It was bound to happen. I mean, they've been dragging this on since probably the 60s or 70s, and they finally caved into it. Like, okay, we'll get them off. They'll get off their likeness and whatnot. And, I don't know how it's going to affect the game or not. Yeah, that's still going to be seen. But, it isn't like the way when we were young.
I'm not going to get my soapbox about it. Pay the kids. Not for just that image and their likeness. Just pay the kids. That's the way I see it. So just pay them. It's their label. They should get paid for it. And you said they're college students. They shouldn't get paid. What about the other kids that's on the campus working?
Well, I'm sure they do get paid at their jobs. What do they do? I mean, they do have to live off something. They do have to live off something. I mean, help them go towards their tuition and whatnot. So there is a point there, but I don't think the college kids should be making like the pros, because you're still an amateur, in their eyes. Maybe you don't think
quote unquote an amateur.
Yes.
Who will be the best college football team going into this season? Who's the prediction? Who's your prediction of the best team?
Well, I think I have to go with the standby Alabama. They're still proving that they still have it. They dominated the regular season again last year, so I still think Bama's going to need one more year. After that, maybe it'll change, but I still think Bama one more year. Of course, depending who you go by in the publications, some say Alabama, some say a few others, but I think most people would agree that Bama will have one more year down at the top.
Well, you got Clemson.
Close second. The close second.
Close second to number one?
Yes.
Anybody else?
No, I think it'd be a two-man race.
Like the previous years?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm not excited about it.
Right.
That's why there's no excitement for me about the college football season. It's Alabama, Clemson. I don't care about an 18 playoff. I don't care if they do 18. It's still going to be Alabama, Clemson. Yeah. There's the opening game with Miami versus Alabama. I'm getting ready to probably get between after this is broadcasting and people watch this. I'm probably going to get a gathering, a bunch of posts or private messages or whatever. Miami has no chance to beat Bama in that first game.
No. Is that the opening game?
Very first game here in Atlanta, 3:30 p.m.
Oh boy.
Maybe full, maybe not be full. Who knows what the COVID protocols will be for the SEC and the ACC.
Right.
But given the location of that game and given that the conferences want to get as much attendance at that game, I don't see them having any restrictions on attendance. But as far as that game is concerned, I don't think Miami has a shot to beat them. I think Miami has a decent season at best, maybe 9 wins. I don't know. But I'm just going about what happened last season. I don't know what happened all season. No, I don't think they beat them because Miami still can't block. And if anything that's evident of the Hurricanes Bowls, it's the last 2 games they finished out last year. That exhibition bowl game and then that game where North Carolina ran up and down the field against them. So I don't know if they improved that. I don't know what happened in the spring because I don't watch spring football. So we'll find out. I think that's a tough test opening up against the defending national champion, and I think the team is coming to the season number 1. So
yeah, that could be I think Bama might steamroll all over them. Oof.
It just very well could happen, my friend. I don't know.
Records. They would get annihilated.
All right, so that's it. That's it, man. That's my time. I appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, these 7 years have gone by, but this year has been especially fun. Like I said, the things that I've done. Got some other things coming up. Again, you will not hear me again on the audio side until August the 24th. That is it. Going to be off until then. And then the video side, we'll be back on the 28th. So, Lou, be easy. Great success with the rest of the season with the show. I want to thank everybody that participated this year. Walter Strong, Derek Wilson, Mike Walker, Zach Flournoy, everybody that's contributed to this video side of the podcasting stream on here on Facebook. Then, of course, everybody that supported Will's Take on Sports, which will not be the name when I return. I will be going back to Will Walker's show because I will probably be more not just opinionated about sports, but other things I got opinions about. So going to be going back to the Will Walker show. It'll be mostly about sports, but not exclusively about sports. So I'll be back on that audio side on August the 24th. And it's going to be only on Anchor, but you'll be able to get it on the social networks, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, but I am not going to be on Spreaker anymore. So got changes coming up and again.
I hate Spreaker.
It's nothing like that. I love Spreaker. I love the studio version of it. It's just that I'm got my own thing now.
Well, when I first started, I was doing Spreaker, and it gave me a lot of problems.
They've really done better with as far as the technology and everything, and being able to get, especially the live side.
Yeah,
it's really a great thing. So, thank you, everybody. You guys be safe. I'll see you in August. Listen, close the podcast the same way every single time you say a prayer for somebody, because prayer changes things. I'll holler. Be safe. Lou, be safe, man. And like I said, enjoy your time until we see each other again and talk to each other again, man. Hope you have a good one. Yes, sir. Be easy.
Good night, folks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got it.